Finding your way around Illustrator or Adobe programs is all pretty similar. It's just important to note that you probably have a lot more menus than you normally would have in the programs that you've used. And every program is structured differently, but the Adobe programs, what's really great about them, Photoshop, Illustrator, Dreamweaver, they all are pretty consistent across the board for how they look. So what we're going to do is kind of just get familiar with how Adobe Illustrator looks along with the other Adobe programs, so that way you can make sure that you understand how to get around as we're in the videos or in the instruction during class. So when you're in Adobe programs, there's quite a few menus. The first one is up at the top here. It's got File, Edit, Object, all these different things, and these are just drop-down menus. When you click them, you have more options. Yeah, you're gonna have to read. I know that's really hard, but reading is gonna be really important because these programs are super vast. They have a lot of options, a lot of things that you can do. And when we get to this, you're going to have to get comfortable with exploring the program and trying to find what you need. So reading, hitting those drop-down menus, gonna be important. So you can see like under file, this is where we would create like new files, open files, save them, export them as different options, exit the whole program, print them, all those kinds of things, the basics. And then as you move along, you have the ability to use edit for copying and pasting. The object menu is pretty long because it's got a lot of options in it. Then you have type, which focuses on text and type, how to select things or deselect things, which essentially just means how to click on and deselect objects. Effects that you can apply, lots of different effects, how you're viewing the file, what you're looking at, and window, which we are going to go to window quite a bit because this allows you to open up different panels or panes. So you can see here, I have all these panes listed over here, align, appearance, all these different things. And when I click on like the align pane, for instance, it's gonna open up a new panel on my computer. Now check your computer, it might be around, you don't know where it gets dropped. Mine got dropped on my other screen. And I have my alignment panel. Up here at the top, you even have more options. So my alignment panel comes with transform and pathfinder. And if I click on these words, it'll show me the different options within there. I can go back to align. And what's great about all buttons in almost every program, even in Microsoft Word and PowerPoint and Google, Drive, any Google Docs or spreadsheets, when you hover over a button, it tells you the name of that button. And what's also great about most of the Adobe programs is that the button usually is a visual display of what it's going to do. And we're going to come back to this alignment panel, but what I want to show you is how to utilize these panels. I have panels over here too for like property, layers, and libraries. And I can take these and I can drag and drop them where I want. Like you can see, I can put them over on the left, dragging and dropping here, and I can dock it on this location. I can then go up to the top to the gray bar and undock it. And you can see that as you continue to undock things, that you can move them around. Like I can even take my whole toolbar and I can bring it back over to the left here. I can take this whole toolbar and I can dock it up at the top here above properties. I can double click on this name to collapse it, and then I can double click it or click this button to expand it. Lots of different things. And not only that, but there's even more options in this triple line over here that give you even options above and beyond. So like I said, lots of buttons, but we have this window option that allows us to open up a bunch of different panels available. So let's say, for instance, we're going to go ahead and open up a gradient. So go ahead and open up the gradient panel. You're going to have a gradient panel over here. Up here at the top, you have docked files. So I have currently multiple files showing here at the time, but here's my docked file. I can click and drag and drop it and undock it, putting it its own window. I can then drag and drop it back up in there to dock it again, allowing me to flip through multiple files at the same time. So notice this is the name of my file and how zoomed in I am on my file. In addition, over here on the left, I've got my toolbar, and if I hover over any one of these, they have a name. And if they have a little tiny white triangle at the bottom, there's more tools within this tool. So if I click and hold it, I can see more tools grouped within it. It's a grouped tool. So when you have this, like for instance, the square, maybe I don't want to draw a square, maybe I want to draw a circle. If I click and hold it, I'm going to get the tools underneath it. You can also right click it and that will also open this up. I would also say that as we're working in here, if you don't have a mouse, you might want to get one. I know that that's an inconvenience, and we can get you one from the school if you need it. Some students like working on their trackpads, but really a mouse helps you to utilize all the functions, the right click, the scroll wheel, everything. If you're not liking how your screen looks at any time, or you're missing something, like you can't find your toolbar. So for instance, let's take our toolbar and we're going to drag it off and we're going to close it. That's a big issue, right? All of your tools have disappeared for you to be able to edit things. At any point in time, if something doesn't look right or it's not working, you need to go to Window, you then need to go to Workspace, which this entire thing is called your workspace, and you need to reset your workspace back to what it was at the beginning, which we are using the Essentials workspace because that's what it's defaulted to. And when you click reset, it will set everything back and get rid of the panels you opened up, put your tools back, all those types of things so that you can find what you need. But as you can see, there's a lot going on inside of Illustrator, and there's going to be in the Photoshop and Dreamweaver as well.